Hey, what's up you guys? You're watching Team APS. I'm with Alex and Alec today. And in this video, we're going to talk about the top 10 times that the anime screwed the rules.
To clarify, we're talking about every time the anime did things that made you go, wait, can you do that?
Or every time in anime you were like, yeah, go Yugi!
Oh yeah, those
Actually, yeah, that's pretty much how they always were. So, these are more or less from Duelist Kingdom, and a few from Battle City.
Because the rules just didn't exist back then.
Yeah, like, I mean, later on in the anime, things got better. Like,
More
at least
structured.
more realistic. But early on, like, anything went.
They
Like,
would do anything.
yeah, so, who's starting us off?
Well, I will. You guys remember Time Wizard? It was actually a very
Time
chance-based
magic.
monster. Where
Joey's best card.
Although he had to win it from... Or really, Yugi gave it to him.
Yes, it was a gift.
Every time it did that thing,
Time
it was so
magic,
dramatic.
where he could flip a coin, and if it was head, he'd destroy all monsters on the field.
Actually, you're thinking of that, or the
Yeah,
real card.
He didn't flip a coin
In the show,
anime.
it was the spinning
Yeah, it was
thing.
like a roulette. It just spun.
And basically, whenever he willed it to work, it would
worked.
like... He would be like, okay, skull, normal thing, and like, you know, oh, I win, and good things happen.
Yeah.
Which would mean he'd age everything on the field.
Yeah, there were several times where this broke the rules, to be honest.
And where it went too far, and then sometimes it went unintendedly.
It destroyed Rex's red eyes.
Because it
It got old and died.
fossilized.
It also destroyed, or like did something to Bandit Keith's machine, made it like rust.
It rusted
and-
up.
But it didn't destroy Dark Magician,
Yeah, oh yeah,
said-
when it's convenient.
He got older and wiser.
which made him more powerful.
It also was able to create Thousand Dragon.
Yeah, literally turned Baby Dragon into Thousand Dragon, unlike the real game where it's
You know,
a fusion thing. So, Time Wizard broke a lot of rules. And it had no consistency either.
It was fun seeing it though.
So number 2 would be Bakura's Castle of Dark Illusion.
That definitely wasn't Record.
Panic.
Yeah, that was Panic.
Oh,
Yeah, that was... Panic had the floating castle.
With a little dark ring around it.
The mechanic here was pretty messed up. It hid his monsters in the
Couldn't
darkness.
see them.
Yeah, which, like, didn't really... I mean...
I mean, I guess if you didn't know you were attacking, you couldn't do anything.
Yeah, but Yugi, using the Swords of Revealing Light,
Reveal everything.
used the illumination of the card to reveal Panic's monsters and be able to see them and be able to attack
But
them.
then he had to destroy the Castle of Dark Illusions. How did he do that?
Using his Catapult Turtle.
broke the gravity. Why did it have a gravity ring? Why was
So it
it
could
floating?
float.
Why?
And I don't understand, like, how, like, being a card, it would have, like, another device and mechanic, like, attached to
I just
it.
don't know what was the purpose of it being a floating castle.
Hard to
Because
say.
that enabled Kaiba Turtle to destroy it because it had to fly for some reason.
Minor thing I always hated about that card, it had, like, 1970 defense.
Makes
I'm not even kidding, like,
Doesn't make any
1970 defense or
Perfect sense.
something crazy like that.
and then the actual card wasn't nearly as cool.
Yeah, the card in the real... I don't know
That's
what that is.
boring. And now, a personal favorite of mine. Number 3. Mako
Freaky
Tsunami's
fish guy.
Ocean Field.
Yeah, same concept, right?
Yeah, it's just like
The water hides
could
his
hide his
monsters.
monsters, and it gave the water monsters a general power boost.
Yeah, that
So
whole
Yugi
field
couldn't
power
see
boost
what
thing.
cards Mako had under the depths.
But how did he beat the water?
Wait, can we mention one thing real
He
quick?
attacked-
Can we just mention one thing real quick? You know there was like that one piece of land that Yugi's monster.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And it
That was
didn't
actually really
affect them.
funny.
Yeah, they just had to stand as one piece and that's
I
it.
guess the water would have killed his monsters while it helped Mako's.
And speaking of that land, that's how he beat the water that Mako had, right?
Yeah, how did he beat it?
He attacked the moon.
Oh yeah,
I-
he had his giant soldier of stone attack the moon.
The non-existent moon, considering it wasn't like nighttime or anything.
No, it
and-
wasn't.
Yeah, it was set up because I think he
It
did
just
Silver
was there.
Fang earlier in the duel and equipped him with the moonlight, and then made a moon on the stage.
Yeah, and that
And he
changed the
attacked it.
tide of the water, which allowed it.
Man, I remember as a kid trying to make actual things make sense in Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, just
We did that type of stuff when we were like playing on the playground. We would make up like, oh, this is the grass, and
Hey,
it
oh,
hides
your
my
power
monsters.
your water monsters get dried up because I played Ukazi and that's a fire and it makes the water evaporate.
My desk is made of wood, so plant monsters can't even burn up in the back of his head.
What's next?
The next one, the episode of Mai versus Joey, where in this episode only, flying monsters are unaffected by Earth monsters.
That would be so broke.
Or something like that. Like what? Like Joey's monsters couldn't.
They couldn't reach them. They would just fly up.
Harpies would be
do
top
anything.
tier.
That's so. That's like.
Was it only Earth monsters or warriors, or just any monsters that can't reach them?
It was whatever
It was a
Joey
plot
had.
point.
It was a plot point. Fair enough.
That's basically what it was. And then when he did the Time Wizard thing and got Thousand Dragon out, then suddenly I guess they were grounded and could
Well,
get
Thousand
going.
Dragon's a wind monster.
And it's a dragon.
Oh yeah,
It has
I guess
wings.
that's true.
It can fly. Even though, the logic behind dragons is that somehow they can fly. Even though
Thousand Dragon looks way too big to be
the sheer
flying.
size of them that defies aerodynamics.
I don't think that works.
It worked.
Does
though.
not. And remember, Mai continued to duel throughout Duelist Kingdom.
So what's she doing at the
Never
entire time?
bringing that
Yeah,
back.
that rule only showed up once.
Right.
Yeah.
That might explain why she was able to beat Rex on the first episode.
Yeah, it's probably just cheated.
Probably.
Cause like they didn't even have the projectors, so like they're just dueling in his room, and she's like, "Oh yeah, your monsters can't hit my." It's like that guy who makes up rules in the middle of the
It
game.
really is.
Yeah.
Your monster,
She's one
you
of
can't,
those.
you can't hit my heartbeat. It's in the sky.
And she was cheating on top of that.
Yeah,
Oh
doesn't-
wait,
yeah, she has
isn't that a
perfume.
mechanic in Magic?
Wait,
like
what?
flying.
Actually, it might be.
I think
Yeah, I
it
think
is.
it's an effect.
She was using magic
Yeah,
rules
she
in
just did what
Yu-Gi-Oh.
she wanted. What is the next one?
The next one is
Favorite card of his, actually.
Yes, it is. You say it out.
What? I don't know what it is.
Oh, jeez.
Toon World.
He doesn't have his own notes.
I don't have the notes. Leave me alone. All right. Yeah. So Pegasus Toon World that did a lot more than just ours. That has like the one line of text.
All our Toon World
Yeah.
does is pay 1,000 life points.
You can and now you can use tunes, which I guess you always could. It's just that.
In the anime, though, Toon World does basically anything you want it
Yeah,
to
they
do.
could hide in Toon World to dodge attacks.
Yeah. It's like, and then they would come out and like do stuff, and then.
And then it just hop back in the book. They made Toon World seem busted.
It was
Not to
nasty
mention,
to
it
show.
basically turned whatever he had into a Toon.
Yeah, just about anything.
So that's how he got Toon Summon Skull and
And
like
Toon
Toon
Blue
Blue Eyes
Eyes.
and all that stuff. Toon Dark Magician. How did he
Yeah.
play?
Wait, that was from the movie, I think.
Yeah.
I always thought that was cool how they just hop in the book, or a book the book sucked them in or something like that, and then it
Yeah.
popped them out as a tune.
Weird thing I've always thought about Toon World. Have you ever looked at the Toon World art? It's so dark and creepy and not at all like cartoony.
Not like the anime
Actually,
one.
so I
It
like
looked
real
very
cartoons.
like the anime one looked cartoony.
Yeah.
The one we got was kind of depressing.
It was just realistic.
That's
and
how it
real.
is.
What's next?
This one is when Yugi was dueling Marek.
Yeah. Evil Yami Mary.
You sure it wasn't Bakura?
No,
Definitely
it
not
wasn't
Bakura.
One of these has Bakura.
I don't
This
think
is
so.
when Merrick used the Winged Dragon of Ra's special ability to fuse with it by paying
Yes.
all of his life points and become one with Ra.
So
Phoenix
did he
mode
become a
Marek.
card or?
Well, according to Defusion, he was.
Yeah, because that's how he conveniently, when Yugi was about to win with Fiend Sanctuary, activates the spell Defusion
And
to
splits themselves apart.
defuse a person from a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Do you know how many things they could have avoided had they known they could just become cards and interact with the game?
That reminds me of like Digimon season whatever, where things get to the point where it just breaks walls and people. Become
Oh, when
part
they
of
started
it.
becoming Digimon in
Yeah.
Frontier.
Wait, no, that started in Tamers, actually.
Okay, true. That did start in Tamers.
My personal favorite on this list, Kaiba hacking the Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Against, oh yeah.
When Yugi's dueling,
The fake Kaiba.
yeah,
That
dark
Kaiba,
evil
who's
guy.
That clown guy who never got a name.
And it's a normal duel up until, a point, but then Kaiba breaks out of, what was it?
He was like imprisoned
He was-
somewhere.
Disappear.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
The
that.
story ends. I'm gonna stop.
And he's like, he
Never
gets,
guess.
Oh, Jesus,
You be
no.
dressed
He-
in my clothes and in my shoes.
No,
Oh,
go
wait, that's
back,
actually
go.
how that goes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is.
it
I'm gonna
is.
stop though. I'm gonna stop.
Oh, God.
Please thumbs up for that. To make it worth it.
But,
so he hacked into Yugi's duel and like weakened the Blue Eyes White Dragon by
So that
hacking
Yugi could
into
win.
the Duelist Kingdom mainframe from underground and putting a virus in the Blue Eyes White Dragon, causing it to lose.
That was blatant cheating.
But my thing is, if that was all down there, that means Pegasus purposely made up these crazy rules that everyone knew about except for Yugi and friends.
Well, actually, what's funny about it is everyone just sort of goes with it.
Yeah.
Like no one, Yugi doesn't question any of
Yeah,
it.
every
He-
time someone gives him a new rule, he's like, okay, let's play.
yeah, this is how it
we
goes.
know Weevil, he learned the rules early. But how did Mako know going to the ocean area was gonna make him stronger? How did and Mai I guess she just knew that her
Well, she was already
harpies could
cheating
just
from the
fly.
start.
Yeah,
Oh,
she was-
true. She was used to cheating.
Yeah, but it's literally hacking the Blue Eyes. Like, How even?
That's not even
It's a
remotely
paper
okay.
card. How do you like hack it?
He hacked
Oh,
the
he
system.
hacked the
that
system,
ignored
but, like-
the card, I guess.
And then, look, my problem is Yugi sees the Blue Eyes attack has dropped for no apparent reason.
And he's
Thinks
like,
nothing of it.
The goodness of my soul means that this happened, and now I win.
Yeah, he eventually realized Kaiba was helping him.
From beyond the
Which he had no reason to think that. There was no hint.
Yeah, there really was no indication, but what is the next one?
The next one is Labyrinth Law in the duel against the Paradox Brothers.
The Paradox Brothers.
Hey,
they're
we
twins.
do that chance again, but I don't remember it.
And let's not.
So, literally, like the first turn of the duel, guy activates Labyrinth Wall or summons it or whatever.
Just changes
The
everything.
entire
Literally,
way the game is
We're
played.
not playing Yu-Gi-Oh anymore.
Now this is like a
Tabletop
a dungeon
game.
crawler. Yeah, tabletop.
Now, can I
nonsense.
say that this was actually the best series of episodes in Duelist Kingdom? The ones where they had to play in a maze. It was like 3 episodes
Those were
long,
kind of
and-
cool.
I did like it.
And then they ended up fusing Wall Shadow with
Wall Shadow.
No.
They fused it with the maze.
It
or
was
something.
No, Shadow
Shadow
Ghoul
Ghoul
and
was
the
fused
maze
with
to make
Labyrinth
Wall
Law
Shadow.
to make Wall Shadow.
Who could
Shadow.
pass through the
And
walls.
yeah, Wall Shadow could, but it could move further than any other monster.
An
It could
attack
pop
out of
up.
nowhere. And to
Yeah.
beat it, they had to
You know,
do something.
Wait,
Man, I
they
don't remember how they
Yu-Gi-Oh.
beat it.
That's how they won.
Yeah.
but I remember I spent like a good part of my childhood trying to summon Wall Shadow. Just never really pulled it off. It's too complicated.
Weird card.
You have to have like Labyrinth Wall, then the Magical Labyrinth. It was,
One of my personal favorites is number 9. Actually, honestly, probably the most messed up one of the whole list. Mammoth Graveyard.
Plus the living arrow.
Fusing with the living arrow and using polymerization to fuse that with
With
Kaiba's
the
Blue
Blue
Eyes
Eyes.
Ultimate Dragon
he had Super Poly.
Allowing
Super
it
Poly was a thing.
to it put the Mammoth Graveyard in the Blue Eyes and injected it with a virus which made Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon's attack get weaker
Over time.
every turn. He melted away.
Which is horrible card economy.
And just really fucked. I mean, like,
What's
None
the
of those
about
cards.
that?
He didn't read any of those cards' effects. Just didn't read them.
I really think Mammoth Graveyard is just a vanilla, and they just slapped an effect on it. Oh, it's tainted, and
If you put it inside of a monster, it loses attack.
What did the living
over time.
arrow do? What did the living arrow
it launched it into him.
It turns you into a living arrow. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's crazy.
And then, so wait, if that launches into, then what was the polymerization for?
It was to. It fused
the mammoth.
the mammoth with the
and
arrow.
I thought
right?
it fused the arrow mammoth to the blue eyes.
Oh, I thought the arrow shot
I don't
into the
remember.
Blue Eyes.
Look, all I know is it was 3 cards, and he was able to weaken the Blue Eyes with
He
none
didn't
of
even
them
destroy
doing.
the blue eyes with that move.
Can we
He
also
just
talk
weakened
about on a side note? Kaiba used Monster Reborn to revive one Blue Eyes head.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, a single head.
Messed up.
it. I don't know why or how that works.
Blue Eyes was melting, and he was like, I can activate Monster Reborn, and he gets 1 head.
Yeah, that was basically it.
So that's like a third of 3,000. So you get a 1,000 attack.
I don't know how they worked that out.
Right.
But
I don't know, man. It's crazy.
what is the final one?
The final one
Is
is
Kuriboh plus Multiply, and then
Detonate.
boom.
This. Because first of all, in the show, Multiply just makes infinite Kuribos. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, that's not
There
really
is
hard
no
at all.
end.
That defense is amazing. Yeah, how good that'd be for link format.
Oh
He
yeah, you
actually-
can block everything.
Oh wait, but you can't make Mrs. Radiant.
He actually used that against the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon to infinitely block out its attacks, so it can never get to Yugi because
so
it had to attack.
how does
that.
Kaiba win then?
I don't think. Well, remember he did the whole suicide.
It's actually not fair. And you know what? I used to hold that
So
against
messed
Kaiba,
up.
that whole "I'm gonna jump if you finish me" thing. But
when
Yugi
you
was
look back at the context, it was pretty messed up.
completely.
He had no other choice.
You have 5 monster zones with infinite Kuriboh.
And then he also used the same strategy to beat Thousand Eyes Restrict
Yes.
against Pegasus.
He covered Thousand Eyes Restrict's eyes with little Kuribos, and then they
furry
blew
balls.
up.
Why didn't I think about that? I was being beat by 1,000 Eyes Restrict years ago, and I just didn't know what
He
to do.
activates detonate
I
and
should've-
blows it
It
up.
was such a letdown to realize that they didn't do anything close to that in the actual card game.
Well, how could you? Like,
Yeah,
how?
it really is messed up.
I mean, start making up rules. I play Kuriboh and Multiply. My Kuribos now are going to cover all the eyes of your monster and detonate.
These were so bad, like, for showing kids how to play this game. Like,
Yeah.
what's funny is these very instances are what led to, like, the
All
whole
the
crazy
crazy
playground
rules.
rules. Because
Oh, you know, maybe Yu-Gi-Oh needs this. Maybe it needs to go back to stuff like this.
Oh, wait a minute. I remember a time in middle school, I don't know why it just came up, where I have a buddy who played Heroes, and so he played Skyscraper,
Oh, no.
and Alex had his frog deck and activated Umi. and somebody was just like, it floods the city and destroys it.
Oh,
That's probably me, honestly.
And wait, can I just mention that was actually the year of Hurricane Katrina?
this is dark. It's actually really dark. So, those are the 10 craziest times when the anime kind of just screwed the rules.
Yeah, it just went off the rails.
Let us know what your favorite times in the anime really just messed things up
And
were.
all the anime too, not
Yeah.
just the first one.
And there's
They've gotten
probably
better.
plenty of examples of them just breaking the rules. And it's just from the first series, Duelist Kingdom. There's probably many more times
Yeah.
throughout the course of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Thousands of episodes of bad Yu-Gi-Oh anime.
A lot of
Nonsense.
cringe.
I know Yu-Gi-Oh's done some things, so...
So, that concludes the video. Thumbs if you like it, subs if you loved it.
And join the app's notification squad if you
Squad
want
up.
to catch more.
That way you'll know every time I upload a new video. It's gonna be it. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Pass turn.
See ya.